Hello and welcome. My name is Jalil Mama, and I'm a systems engineer with LiveAction based out of Palo Alto, California. And today I'll be walking you through some of the advanced reporting within the LiveNX solution. So today we'll learn how to create a report, how you can add a report to a dashboard, and how you can add email addresses to share these reports with your team. And then also we'll talk about scheduling a report and then how you can customize the reports for different users. So if let's say you want to share the reports with management team and you want to hide some of the technical details within the reports, we'll go over that. Okay, let's take a look. All right, so when you first log in into the LiveNX web interface, you'll be presented with the overview dashboard. And this is a dashboard that summarizes the health of the network. So you have your sites, your devices, and the interfaces, and then also the active alerts. To get to the reports, you click on the menu button on the top left, and then you select the reports option, view reports. And then here you have the top reports, and then also default templates. These are templates that we created for different use cases, for voice analysis as an example. So if you click on this template, you can see these are all the reports that we have that can help you troubleshoot voice issues or track any QoS problems within your network. To create a report, you just click on the orange button here that says create report. And then here you have the name of the report. So we'll just call this test 1.2. And then you have the presentation mode, standard, or the executive mode. And standard is basically a report that shows all the details like the flow table, the filters. The executive level is just the high level information. So it hides the flow table and hides some of the technical details within the reports. And then we'll just go with the standard today. The email address field is very important, especially if we want to share these reports with your team. So just add the email address in here. And then once you schedule the report, LiveNX will automatically send the report to the email addresses that you add here, and then you can set this to a PDF or a CSV. And then on the right here, you have the ability to select multiple reports. So if let's say I want to add an application report to this template, and maybe I'm also interested in the top talkers report, I can go ahead and add that as well. You can select it from the list, but if you know the report that you're searching for, you can just type it in the search box. So I'm just going to say top conversations, and this will be the top talkers report. And let's just go ahead and we'll use two reports. So you have the ability to add more if you want to, but we'll just use two today. And then here you have these different filters. So basic NetFlow basically is the IP fix information on the device, and this is the data source that we'll be using to show the data, and then the time series also. The execution type. So the execution type, you have time series or aggregation. Time series is basically a better view, so where you see the utilization over time. And then you can also select your devices. So if let's say you want to run these two reports on maybe the WAN devices only, or maybe the entire network, you can set this to WAN or all devices or a specific device. And this basically, will just pull data from those specific devices, and you can also specify business hours. Search, the flex search is very important, especially if you're tracking a specific site or IP. To take a look at the syntax that we use, you just click on the question mark, and here you have all the different syntax, and you can see there's a DSCP as an example, there's a flow source IP, there is a destination IP. If you're troubleshooting a problem between two different IPs, you'll be able to add the two of the IPs together, and you have a lot of different options here, and you can always copy and then change the application name that you're interested in. So if let's say you're just interested in maybe WebEx or YouTube traffic, you can always just use the flow.app equals YouTube and then run report based on the application name that you're interested in. So these flex searches are very helpful if you're trying to track specific traffic within your network. There is also the filters, and then within these filters, you have the ability to create a filter within the LiveNX solution, and then once you have the filter set up, you can use these filters to just track the traffic within that filter. In this case, we'll just use the Cisco voice filter as an example. And then you also have the outbound or the inbound direction, or you can do separated or combined. I personally like the separated view, so let's go ahead and do that. And that's pretty much it for the report. And just a quick note here, the filters that I'm applying to the report here, it's only getting applied to the top conversations. So if you go to the application report, this will have the default. So I can go and do the same thing, but if you want to set up the global filter, I can do that from the left here. So when you select the voice filter, this will get applied to all the reports that we selected here. So definitely recommend using the left option here, because this will apply the filters again to all the reports that we selected instead of just going and doing it one by one. So I'm just going to reset the filters for that top conversations report, and then I'm just going to use the global one. So I'll just go ahead and get rid of that, and then yeah, that looks good. And then now just set this to Cisco voice, and yeah, that looks good for now. You notice we don't have the direction, so for the direction you have to set it on each report. So we'll just do separated for the top conversations, and then we'll do the same thing for the application report. And now I have my template. Everything looks good. If I want to save it, I can always click Save as Template, and that will get saved under my template, and I'll show you that in a minute. But let's go ahead and execute this report. And this is the template that I've created. And then when you first create a template, you'll be private to your username and password. But if you want to share this with your team, you just make it public, and then when others log in with their credentials, they will be able to go under my templates and see your the template that we created. So this is another option if you want to share specific reports with your team. And then now we have the template, and you can see I have the application report showing the applications for the inbound, outbound direction, and I also have the top conversations showing the inbound and the outbound direction. So this is a really useful feature of the solution. Instead of running multiple reports, you'll be able to add all the reports that you needed to a template, and then once you execute the template, it will have all the reports. And once you let's say you want to share this with your team, you can just click on the share button here, and this will copy the URL, and then you can just take that URL, paste it into your email, and then share it with your team. And the user doesn't really have to log in. So let's say there's a user that doesn't have access to LiveNX, he can just click on the URL link and then view the report without logging into the system. And then let's say I'm sharing this with management level, and I want to hide some of the technical details. Maybe the filter, the filter or the flow table. I can hide all those and then make these reports very simple. And so just the different colors and then the application names. And let's say you want to add this to a dashboard. If you click on this little icon here, you can add this report to the dashboard. And then lastly, let's say now you want to schedule this template and share it with your team weekly or monthly or daily. You'll be able to set the schedule here, and then let's say you have it set up to an hourly. Every time the report gets executed, it will get sent to your team. So you have the option to do hourly, daily. And then a quick note here about the daily report. So if let's say you wanna run this report for a specific time interval, maybe between 4 and 5 in the morning or something, you can set this to daily. And then if you set this to 4, I'll just say 4 to 5. So this report now, when even though you have it scheduled to run daily, when you have the start time set to 4 and then the end time set set to 5, when the report gets sent, it will only have the data between 4 and 5. And this is very useful for folks that wanted to monitor the network at a specific time interval. Yeah, so hopefully that gave you an idea about the advanced reporting. We'll be coming up with more videos about the reports and alerts and some of the workflows within the solution. But hopefully this helped you out, and I will see you in the next video. Thank you.